Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on a historic day for soccer here in the city of Ottawa. Bonjour à tous et à toutes et bienvenue dans une journée historique pour le soccer et le sport dans la région d'Ottawa. Je vous invite à prendre vos places. I invite you to take your seats and turn your attention to the screen for a Canadian Premier League video.
Good move! Inside the 6, he's dancing! Skips it over the goalkeeper! Oh my word!
Thanks again for joining us for a celebration of the 8th team franchise in CPL's history. Merci encore d'être là pour célébrer l'arrivée de la 8e franchise dans l'histoire de la Canadian Premier League. Mon nom est Arcadio Marcoudi et c'est un honneur pour moi d'être votre MC aujourd'hui. We would like to begin today by acknowledging the Algonquin Nation whose traditional and unceded territory we're gathered upon today. Nous reconnaissons que nous sommes réunis sur un territoire non cédé appartenant historiquement à la nation algonquine. Like everyone here, I love soccer. The passion from the supporters, the vision of its custodians, and the action on the pitch, obviously. That's the best. The community that breathes life into it is what makes soccer the biggest game on this planet. C'est un réel honneur pour moi d'être ici aujourd'hui pour cette annonce historique aujourd'hui dans la ville d'Ottawa. We'll begin with a few words from a man who's helped to bring Canada's professional soccer league to the city he serves. Ladies and gentlemen, His Worship, the Honorable Ottawa Mayor, Jim Watson.
Well, thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the Ambassador from Spain, Minister MacLeod, colleagues from City Council, Mesdames et Messieurs. Who's excited that soccer is coming back to Ottawa? This is a very, very exciting day for our city, and particularly here at the beautiful renovated Lansdowne Park. I want to welcome so many officials from Spain. I had the opportunity just a few moments ago to speak with the Mayor of Madrid, and we're very much looking forward to the rivalry between our two cities and this wonderful, beautiful game we call soccer. I also want to recognize all the young people are here. Aren't you glad you're here today? Yeah. All right, now shout out, which clubs are you all from at the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Absolutely. OSU sounded pretty loud. Well, I'm very, very excited to be here today as we launch Canada's new Premier League franchise, which is owned by Atletico de Madrid. It's one of the world's top soccer organizations. I've just butchered its name. I apologize. And having them as the owner of our team is a tremendous vote of confidence in our local soccer community and a vote of confidence in the Canadian Premier League and their beautiful video from coast to coast to coast. Thank you for bringing this sport and this team here to Ottawa through the Canadian Premier League. Je vous dis encore merci beaucoup à toutes les personnes de Park Lansdowne, de Jeff Hunt, de tous les visiteurs d'Espagne qui étaient ici pour célébrer le football ici à Ottawa. Now, the Canadian Premier League commenced only play last season with teams in Halifax, York, Hamilton, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, and Langford, BC. It's our national professional league, and I know our residents will come out in great numbers at TD Place to support it. We need you to bring your friends and your friends of friends to come out when the league starts later this year. There's not a lot of time, as you can well imagine, to put the whole team together, but we want to make sure that on that opening day, there are literally thousands and thousands of people in the stands celebrating our team. So the season starts in April, and our first home match will be in early May. They're now taking reservations for season tickets through the CPL website, and I believe a team website will be launching later today, so I encourage you to look out for that. Ottawa, as we all know, is a great sports community with so many passionate fans, and I think the addition of the CPL is going to be great for our city. I look forward to participating not as a player, because I can't even control a snowmobile myself, but I will certainly be here as a fan of soccer. It is the beautiful game. Thank you for coming out in such great numbers, and let's support our new franchise right here in the nation's capital. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Merci, Monsieur le Maire. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now please join me in welcoming the Honorable Lisa MacLeod, Minister of Heritage, Sport, Tourism, and Culture Industries.
Hi, everyone. What a wonderful day for the province of Ontario, and in particular our hometown, the city of Ottawa. As the Minister of Heritage, Sport, Tourism, and Culture, I often say Ontario is the world in one province, and how amazing is it today to welcome the world literally to the city of Ottawa as we form a great partnership with the city of Madrid and the Club Atletico. As a former soccer player and coach, I'm ecstatic to see that we're growing the professional sports here in the province and in the city, in particular with respect to soccer. And I think when you look at all of the young men and young women around here today, how excited that they will be to see premier athletes from the Canadian Premier League play right here on our field and our pitch, and right here at TD Place. I'm excited as well because, as we all know, this is a great sports city, as our mayor said. And we have obviously our wonderful Red Blacks, our Senators, our 67s, and now this new Ottawa Atletico team. I think it speaks to the importance of how much we love recreation and sport in the province of Ontario, how much we support it, but it also represents a significant economic impact for our communities. And that's why I'm excited to be here today with the Ottawa Sports and Entertainment Group and all of you as we welcome this new soccer team to our field. I was here a couple of weeks ago, and I just want to have a nice, I want to say shout out to Lansdowne. This is a place that's a hub of athleticism for all of Ontario, in particular for our city. And I had the opportunity a few weeks ago to announce that the Canadian National Ringette Championships would be played here later on this year. And as we start to grow our sports in the province, as we start to grow sports in our city and we continue to support them, we start to see that we're going to attract elite athletes from elsewhere, but also develop those in the next generation. So I'm very excited to be here. I think this is great news, not only for the city of Ottawa, but for the entire province. And I'm looking forward to taking in a couple of games myself this summer. So best wishes to everyone. Thanks for all of those who have made this a reality. We're excited that soccer's coming back to the city of Ottawa. Thank you.
Merci, Madame la Ministre. And now I'd like to introduce the Spanish ambassador to Canada, Mr. Enrique Ruiz Molero.
Good afternoon, bon après-midi à tous et à toutes. I would like to thank the Mayor of Ottawa, Jim Watson, the CEO of Atlético de Madrid, Miguel Ángel Gil Marín, and representatives of the Canadian Premier League for inviting me to this very important event. Atlético de Madrid is one of the longest-standing clubs in La Liga in Spain, where a large number of followers in Madrid, all over Spain and all over the world. Canada has a long-standing tradition of love for sports, and as the nation's capital, I hope that the number of fans in Ottawa will continue to grow and further deepen the passion for soccer, now that it has its own Canadian Premier League team in partnership with Atlético de Madrid. I am confident that this new partnership will encourage people from both Ottawa and Madrid to visit each other's cities as capitals of their respective countries, and further strengthen the strong ties that already exist in every field between Spain and Canada. Thank you very much.
Gracias, señor embajador. The first year of the Canadian Premier League was a landmark moment for soccer in this country. Je ne crois pas que personne n'était prêt à avoir autant d'émotions aussi rapidement avec cette ligue. Who better to speak to us about the past, the present, and the future of soccer in Canada than Commissioner David Clanahan of the Canadian Premier League?
Good afternoon. This is a momentous day. When we first started talking about the league, we were asked quite a bit about Ottawa, and we want a franchise in Ottawa. From the very beginning, our owners and our clubs and the league office has always said that we wouldn't be a truly Canadian league for Canadians by Canadians unless we had a team here in Ottawa. So this, for me, is a momentous day, one that I'll never forget. It started, and it gets better, because it started with a dinner last spring amongst friends. And we became fast friends. And it was only just because, as it happens in this beautiful game that we play, that it's a very fraternal type game. Everyone wants to help. And so what started off with, what can we do to help you? How can we help develop? How can we help teach? How can we share? It turned into, we really like this league. We love your country. We'd like to be part of it. And it leads us to today. So I can't think of anything else to say but thank you to Atlético de Madrid and to Miguel Ángel and his team. They are fantastic people. I can tell you right now, Ottawa has won the lottery today. This team, this is an organization that has 116 years of history playing football globally. It can't get any better than that. But I'll finish with this. Not only did the club has something to share with Ottawans and Canadians, they've produced a video. Not just the club, the players, to show the love they have for Ottawa and for Canada. Thank you.
Sur vous pour défendre nos couleurs rojo y blancas avec fierté, courage et cœur.
Os deseamos mucho éxito para esta temporada.
Au Atlético.
Au Atlético.
Aupa Atleti, Aupa Ottawa. This really is a big day for the city of Ottawa, for Canadian soccer and for Canadian sports as well. C'est la naissance d'une nouvelle équipe professionnelle, de nouveaux héros et de nouveaux rêves aussi pour les jeunes de la région. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like now to invite on stage Atletico Madrid CEO, Señor Miguel Ángel Gil Marín.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks. And just to start, thanks to my ambassador to be here with all of us, the sport minister, the mayor, of course, the Canadian Federation, Joe and Peter, of course, David and Scott from the CPL side, and my local partner and my friend, my new friend, Jeff. It's a great opportunity to know a very important guy, and thanks to be our partner. Just a very simple message. Atletico came to Ottawa to stay. The idea when David and Scott explained me some months ago in Madrid to come here, I felt in his eyes and in his heart that they want to change the rules. They want to change the domestic league. They want to break the division. Every important cities in Canada should play in the MLS, and they should create a strong local league. And I bet for this project we are excited because Atletico in the more than 100 years history always put humble. We are humble. We put effort. We put solidarity, but we used to work with passion. And for us, football is passion, sport is passion, and all Atlético de Madrid family used to work with passion. So this is our idea. We just can promise to our supporters here hard work, passion, humility, and to try to create a nice brand around the capital, around Ottawa. It's not easy for me because in Spain we said Ottawa, and Ottawa is totally different, but I started to change my mind. And just to say to our supporters, we are going to learn as soon as possible their behaviors, their idea, their challenge, just to try to create a nice brand and reach that every Atletico Ottawa supporters feel proud of our job. Just to say thanks again, and we should start to work tomorrow. Thank you.
The excitement around Atletico Madrid coming to Canada is the fact that it is one of the top 10 powerhouses in world football.
Atletico has an experience for more than 100 years. Our idea is to create a very nice brand where every Atletico Ottawa supporters can feel proud.
I think it's going to be fantastic for the CPL. The fans and the supporters are going to love this. Canadians love a rivalry with another Canadian city. We know that from research that we've done. If I'm from Ottawa, I want to see them play against Winnipeg. I want to see them play against Calgary. I want to see them play against Hamilton. And they're going to get to do all of that.
Canada is an amazing country. Ottawa is the capital. And with these new facilities, the new stadium, a very important local partner, all around this situation, we are excited with this idea.
Atletico Ottawa. You gotta love the sound of that, right? Sounds amazing. It's probably a name that you're gonna hear a lot sung everywhere in the city, in the region. Tous les fans vont chanter et crier ce nom très très fort, j'en suis certain. Now I'm proud to introduce you Ottawa strategic partner, Jeff Hunt. Welcome him on the stage to say a few words.
Well, this is a great way to launch a franchise with a sellout here at TD Place in Autos, and thank you very much for all of you making it out today, because this room really is filled with the team that's part of Atletico Ottawa. We don't do great things in sports or in life without a team, and none of this is possible without literally everybody in this room and many more who are not here but are represented. And my job is to thank everybody. Today we're celebrating the launch of something. I hope very soon we'll be celebrating wins, and we win as a team, and it really takes a village and a community to make a team succeed. And a lot of our village is here, and I want to recognize a few groups in particular. I want to start with the Ottawa soccer community, who are represented here today. It's great to see these young faces. Really, it's you guys and the partnerships that we look forward to forming with you that is a big part of why we're here today. And to have these young kids growing up with a vision to aspire to playing one day for Atletico Ottawa and who knows, Atletico Madrid, it's the dream of every kid playing at this level. And it's so nice to see all of these young faces here. And so to the Ottawa soccer community, thank you. I think every club is represented here today. On short notice, you came and you showed your support, and we really appreciate it. Of course, everything we do in sports is about supporters, about our fans. And again, in a very short time, we see our #1 fans represented here. I hope many of you will be a part of our event tonight at 6 o'clock, where it's not us making speeches and telling you what we're going to do. We want to hear from the fans. We are creating something here from scratch. We're building off the legacy of the Fury, but we are starting something very new, and we want the fans to be involved at the very earliest stage. How can we make this the best experience possible? So to our supporters and fans, thank you very much for coming out in force today. I may be the strategic partner, but the partner in this is Miguel and Atletico Madrid and all of their group. You know, when I was first approached about a partnership potentially with Atletico, I really couldn't believe that this was a conversation we were having. And I immediately saw what an incredible opportunity this would be. And that was only surpassed by when I actually met the people from Madrid. First here in Ottawa, and then we had the privilege of going over and meeting Miguel in person and watching a game. It wasn't the result they wanted, but for us, we saw just an incredible experience, what we would dream to see here in Ottawa, and I think what we will see in Ottawa. I hope we'll see an Atletico experience with an Ottawa flavor. And the passion, all of the words that Miguel just used, I really believe that we're going to see that in Ottawa. We've seen it in the past, and I know we're going to see it in the future. So to my partners, I think it's a match made in heaven, and I really look forward to working with you guys and creating everything we dream can be possible. So thank you. There are many partners, and the City of Ottawa, Mayor Watson. We use that word, but in this case, it truly is a partnership with the TD Place and everything that we've done and everything that we'll do. They've always been behind us. In the early stages, Jim had us all in for a meeting, and I know that meant a lot to the guys from Madrid to see the passion and the commitment of our mayor and the city. And They're always a pleasure to work with, and we don't get anything big done in this city without the city being behind us, and they definitely are in this case. So thank you. I want to thank my partners in OSEG, and Bill Shankman is here. Thank you for coming, Bill, and John Pugh, John Ruddy, Roger Greenberg could not make it today, but you know, without their vision to build this stadium, this was always built to be a two-sport facility, football and soccer, and without the resource there, this couldn't be possible. And we also had the vision. We believed Ottawa was ready for a professional soccer team. I believe the Fury proved that this community could support and would get behind a professional soccer team, and we look forward to building on everything they did. But none of it would have been possible had it not been for OSEG's vision 10 years ago. So to my partners, thank you. I also want to specifically thank the OSEG staff. Adrian is here. I know a number of our staff are here. These people I've had the pleasure of working with for 6 years. They're true professionals. I believe they have a world-class sports and entertainment group management team. And these are the guys that may or may not be up at the mic, but they make this place hum. They deliver the customer experience that you all enjoy, and I'm thrilled that they're here and they're supporting us as well. So to the OSEG staff, thank you for the great work that you do. And of course, last but certainly not least, the CPL and David and Scott and many others that had the vision to create this league. You know, again, I'm sure they have many people that helped along the way, including the first founding 7 teams. Has the mic gone off, or is it just me? No, okay. And all the CPL staff who have been very patient with me, in particular Mickey, who is going to be wanting an early drink today, but to pull this together and everything else in such a short time period, again, just a great group. Can't wait to work with them. And I said I would be short, Mickey. I will be. I look forward to mingling with you guys after, and this is the start of something special, and I'm glad you all could be here to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Now, Miguel Angel, if you can join us on stage for a long-awaited moment for Ottawa soccer fans. We got a name, and now we're going to see the colors of this new team. Wow. Est-ce qu'on aime le logo? Do we like the new Atletico logo? Please. I want to hear you. Bravo. Alors voilà, chers amis, Atletico Ottawa's brand new look. And every moment has to start somewhere with that first person joining the team. Atletico Ottawa has now begun accepting deposits to become founding member. Devenez membre en visitant le tout nouveau site du club, atleticoottawa.club. That concludes the formal portion of today's presentation. We will now conduct a Q&A for the media with David, Jeff, and Miguel on stage. Ceci conclut la partie formelle de la présentation d'aujourd'hui. Nous allons avoir un Q&A pour les membres des médias avec Miguel, Jeff et David sur la scène. For the rest of you guys, we invite you to grab a drink at the bar down the hallway. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
One, two, one,
Check
two.
one.
Check, check. Check, check.
Okay, guys, sorry,
Check, check.
If you guys can go back to your seats, vous pouvez retourner à vos sièges. On va avoir une annonce spéciale. We're gonna have a special announcement for you. We kinda switched it up a little bit. Si vous voulez revenir à vos sièges, if you want to come back to your seats, we're gonna have a special presentation for you guys. We have a big surprise.
We're gonna be singing.
Thank you, and sorry for the confusion. Okay. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sí. Bueno. Miguel Ángel, we have a big announcement, another one today. You're welcoming back to the Atletico Madrid family a two-time La Liga champion, a UEFA Cup champion, and someone who knows the Canadian market because he's played here before. Can you introduce us? Who's going to be the mister of this team?
Yeah. We came with him. For us, he's a very important guy, the most important in the franchise because at the end, he should work with the players. He's not just an ex-Atletico player, an ex-Real Madrid player, an ex-Valencia player. He's ex, as well, Spanish national team player, but he's, in my opinion, a huge person. He played in Toronto as well, in the MLS many years ago. But he has the passion of Atlético de Madrid family. He has the commitment with me to work hard, to create as soon as possible a strong team to reach that every Atlético Ottawa supporters can enjoy. Is Miguel Ferrer, is Mr. his nickname.
Sorry, my level English is not enough to take a press conference now. I prefer to study to me. I promise to learn very hard to speak English very soon. Decir que estoy orgulloso de que una familia como el Atlético de Madrid haya pensado en mí para un proyecto tan importante como venir a Ottawa. Y que prometo dar todo de mí para intentar que el fútbol en Canadá, que sé que están haciendo un trabajo enorme, pueda estar al nivel de cualquier otro país.
Miguel says he's very proud of joining, coming back to the family. He's very proud that Atletico Madrid thought of him for such an important project for the club, such as bringing football to Ottawa, extending the family to the Canadian market. And he's very happy to be in such a market, a blooming market, that a lot of good work is being done to put soccer where it should be. Muchas gracias, Miguel. Big round of applause for Atletico Ottawa's new coach, Mista. And now we will conduct the Q&A for the media. There you go. Thank you very much.
So for media, if you can raise your hand and we'll pass you the mic. And when you want to ask your question, if you could please say your name and identify your outlet.
I'll give you this one, Jeff. You guys can share that.
Show me your scarf. A bit higher.
Oh, there.
A bit higher. A bit higher. Show me. Yeah, like this. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, so we're going to start with the Q&A. So we needed to be a little bit quiet during the questions so everybody can hear. So we're going to start with Armin.
Hi guys, Armin Badaki from the Canadian Premier League editorial team. David, my first question is to you. As somebody who has seen firsthand the amount of, as you said earlier, amount of interest and passion that there was in bringing a franchise, bringing a team to Ottawa, how special is this day to you to finally see this project come to a full circle of fruition and to see the Canadian Premier League in Ottawa?
Well, as I said earlier, this is an extremely special day. Not only do we have a club now in Ottawa, but we have great partners in Jeff Hunt and Atletico Madrid with great footballing knowledge, right? So I think it's a rising tide. It helps the entire league. So all boats will float up because of this. We'll all be better off for it. Canadians in general will be better for it because of the footballing knowledge that comes with it. So it's a tremendous amount of pride. As you know, Armin, I've always believed if you're going to have a Canadian Premier League, it needs a team in Ottawa. It's our nation's capital. The capital deserves that, and the fans and supporters do here.
And a follow-up for Miguel. When you guys first heard about the opportunity, to have a team in Canada, what was the early conversations like, and how committed, I guess, quickly did you guys know we want to be in Canada?
Excuse me, guys. If you're the part of the media, can you just please go a little bit further closer to the bar so we can hear properly? Thank you very much. On a besoin d'un peu de silence ici pour les entrevues. Merci. Thank you, Miguel.
I tried to explain before, when I met in Madrid some day before the UEFA Champions League final, we went for dinner together, and I felt in Scott and in David the idea and the dream to create a very strong domestic league, not with United States, just Canada. And I understood that it was a very nice project and a passion project, and we had the possibility in that moment to help and work together each other with CPL to grow a new football, because it's new here in Canada. And all these kind of ideas, of course, the dimension of the country, the importance of the city, the capital, the possibility to bring our knowledge and our passion here to work, at the end was very important to take the decision. And the last few months we keep talking every month, almost every week, and we agreed 2 weeks ago, I think, to close every deal with Jeff as well. And the idea is to start to work now in 2 different ways. With the professional team, we have no time, so the first season will be tough for us because we should hire employees, players, coach. We just hired the coach, but in one side is the professional side, and another side is around the young kids. We work with girls and boys in Spain, and the idea is to bring the same methodology of work to work here, and the idea is to try to exchange experience with another union of academies here in around the city, to work together with just one idea, to be part of the development of the kids, like person and like players. And if we can reach that in the future, some Atlético de Ottawa academy player can play in Atlético Ottawa professional team or Atlético de Madrid in Madrid. It's my dream, and it's our goal, and I would like to do it.
And one question, Jeff. Having been a part of the soccer community here in Ottawa, what kind of doors does the Canadian Premier League open for future growth, future development of the sport in the city?
Well, I think, you know, I think just having any professional soccer team is a goal. It's something to aspire to. Just like when the Senators came to Ottawa, more kids enrolled in minor hockey, and when the Red Blacks came back, they had more kids playing local amateur football. I think the Canadian League, you know, maybe is more in sight for them because it's Canadian teams, and but I mean, I don't know in this specific case if a CPL franchise versus another is necessarily that much different to, you know, how kids see it in the community. There's a team here. That's what they care about, and that's the fact that there's a continuation of professional soccer is what I think matters most.
Tristan Dunwell for Pro Soccer USA. Mr. Miguel, you know, teams in North America, whether it's hockey, soccer, or whatever, when they have an expansion team, it can sometimes last a year or even more before we actually see the team play on the field. Why did you decide to play with only a few months until the season? And maybe you were talking about that a little bit. What necessarily is your plan for having a team fielded in only with 2 months?
But at the end, we should take the decision in the last 2 weeks, and the 2 options is to start right now without time, or to wait 1 more year. And David and Scott press us to do it right now, and the idea is try to do our best. But this first season, I talked before, will be not easy for sure. And at the end, the structure of the competition, I feel will allow us to compete like another one. But for sure, the first season will be tough for us.
And follow up, if I may. This may sound stupid, but for a big club like yours that wants to expand, honestly, why Canada?
Because your country is amazing. We came to North America at the beginning in Mexico. We bought a franchise in second division. The first, we remained in second division just 1 season. The another one, we promote to the first division, and we are growing like Atlético de Madrid brand, and Atlético San Luis is growing a lot. The idea is to do something similar here in Canada. It's totally different because Mexican football and Canadian football is 100% different, but I feel it's a good opportunity for us, like Atletico, and it's a good opportunity for CPL to work together to grow the Canadian football. In my opinion, Canada, I don't know your idea, but Spanish people think that Canada is an amazing country.
Teo Gauthier with Northern Starting 11. How close are you, and this is for a question for whoever has the answer really, how close are you to signing players? Like, is there a list that's already ready to go? When can people expect to see announcements for player signings?
Well, I can tell you from the minute that we said go and we pushed the button, Atletico has been, they've got teams of people. They've got a big organization. They've been looking at players. They understand. We've been helping them at the league office with Canadians that aren't signed with teams right now, but also with foreign players. They're working through that. And they're doing some of that through the program that we put together with the 21st Club from the UK. And so we're looking at players around the world. So they're well ahead of this, well ahead. And I have 100% confidence that you know, a club with 116 years of history and what they know and the footballing knowledge they have, I mean, they've forgotten more about football than most of us know at this point in time, right? So I have 100% confidence they'll field a team and a good team, and it's going to be great for the overall league. It'll be great for the country, but even better for Ottawa. And one of the things I also want to point out is, think about all those young people that were here, those young faces. They're going to have hometown heroes now. They're going to have people that they will be the stars in their eyes. And that's extremely important for the development of football at a young age in this country. I think you're going to start to see names drop very quickly. You got the coach today. So it's going to happen real quick. It has to, and they're excited about it. But we wanted to get one thing, put one foot in front of the other. We're running, but running at a pace, right? Not sprinting.
This way, Mohammed Adam, Ottawa citizen. I'm trying to find out why you are in Ottawa. Canada is a hockey country. You are in Mexico. Mexico is a big, big soccer country. What did you see in Ottawa that brought you? You could have done this anywhere else in the world. Why Ottawa?
It's like his dream is my dream. The idea is to change. Of course, Canada is a ice hockey country, and another three sports. Soccer is in the last point. But our idea, I understand about soccer. All my life I have been working around soccer, and I feel today I used to travel to Asia as well, in Malaysia, Indonesia, India. We have a franchise in India. Before in India, the last 30, 40, 50 years was cricket. And it's like a religion. But now, in the north of the country and in the middle of the country, every kid are practicing soccer. Why not here? At the end, it's so easy to learn. We can create nice groups of girls and boys to work in this amazing sport like football. Football today, soccer today is the global sport for sure. And Canada, in my opinion, is going to change.
We're seeing that change now. Soccer in this country is the fastest growing participation sport. It appeals to both men and women, boys and girls. It is the fastest growing sport in the country. 15% of Canadians say that they play the game of football, soccer, at least one time a week. Why not? Because this country, we are a soccer playing nation. We just haven't figured that out yet, right? And there's more that play soccer than play hockey today in this country.
Another important item for me was that the CPL has a strong structure. For instance, I know Spanish football and I know Mexican football, and Spanish football changed to right rules and strong structure 10 years ago, not before. And in Mexico we are fighting every day because there are no right rules about the financial fair play, about the TV rights like a pool, about the multi-property. So it's much more difficult to grow in this country than here. Here we are starting from zero, but with a very strong structure, and in my opinion, will be easy to grow.
Hola Miguel Ángel, ¿qué tal? Soy Javier Gómez, de Chin Radio. Llevamos un programa de fútbol, el único programa de fútbol en español aquí en la ciudad. Lo has contestado ya en 2 ocasiones en inglés, pero te tengo que hacer la pregunta. ¿Por qué, tras el Atlético San Luis de México, ahora Ottawa? El motivo principal de por qué el Club Rojiblanco decide apostar por iniciar esta aventura aquí en Canadá.
Porque hemos entendido que es una oportunidad perfecta tanto para el Atlético de Madrid como la propia CPL. Es una estructura muy fuerte la que tiene la Liga aquí y nuestra idea es intentar aportar nuestro conocimiento, nuestra experiencia, por una parte, por otra parte aprovechar la fortaleza de la estructura de la CPL y crecer juntos. Yo creo que es un país, creo no, es obvio, es un país increíble, con cada día más niños practicando fútbol. Yo creo que es una muy buena oportunidad para desarrollar nuestra franquicia aquí.
Y una última pregunta. Hoy se ha anunciado el fichaje de Nista como nuevo técnico. ¿Podrías adelantar algún tipo de sorpresa en forma de jugadores? ¿Habrán jugadores que pueden llegar procedentes de España o es una opción completa?
Estamos trabajando con CPL para la confección de la plantilla. Tenemos algún margen de jugadores no locales. También hay un salary cap muy estricto, son $750.000 brutos de salary cap. Tenemos la posibilidad de pagar nosotros a un máximo de 2 jugadores. Entonces, entre sus reglas y los jugadores del draft que nos ofrecen, más lo que podamos aportar, estoy seguro que vamos a hacer un equipo que pueda competir.
Muchas gracias.
Adrian Herman from CBC Ottawa. I wanted to know about, I think you just alluded to it, but I wanted to know about your budget and what kind of players you'll be able to acquire given the budget you're going to have. So the question is for Jeff, and how that budget compares with the budget the Ottawa Fury had.
Do we disclose?
No, we don't.
No, didn't think so. No. The budget is sufficient to field a very, very competitive team in the CPL with world-class players. And I think that's what people want to see. And I think that the quality of play will be what people have become used to and maybe even better. So those things are, I guess we don't reveal it. It's a confidential matter. But
I think what's really important is what the product that we put on the field. Our players play with their hearts. They play well. Last year, I heard quite a few comments from European leagues and people that ran clubs over in Europe saying, you know what, we saw better competition than we thought for the first year in the Canadian Premier League. They were impressed with what we started with. Our goal is to raise that level and continue to raise it each and every year. And obviously, when you have a team like we have now in Ottawa, and with partners like Atletico, that's going to help as well. So that to me is just, we are on the upside. We need to continue to drive it forward and drive it up. And think about it, we're also doing it with, 80% of the league this year was Canadian players, which has never happened before. There's never been a professional league that young people could aspire to, and that's changing the story, as Miguel says.
Hi, Emily Wilson from the Charlatan. Just a question for you, Katie. So the CPL has an agreement with U Sports for a CPL U Sports draft, except for it's already been done and finished in November. So in terms of building a roster, will other U Sports players have the opportunity to join this club still?
So the answer is yes, because not all the U Sports players were taken or signed with the CPL clubs. So they're part of those players that are playing U Sports today. We know who they are. The league office knows who they are. They're on a list. We're watching what's going on, and we're talking to everybody. So yes, if Atletico wanted to sign one of those players, they would. That was one of the things that intrigued them the most when we talked about the U Sports program, which was unique and groundbreaking. Globally, really, as far as I know, definitely in North America, that was something that intrigued them a lot. The idea of young people going to school and getting an education and at the same time following their professional dream and being paid to play was very interesting to them. So again, they'll get a better look at it next year, but there's still an opportunity for some of those players now.
Graham Michael from TSN 1200. David, just for you, curious, we talked about it on our radio show there about a week or two ago, but where do things stand with the prospects of Atletico Ottawa playing in the Canadian Championship?
So we're again, as Graham, I think we talked about it. It's certainly, this is something that the Canadian Championship, although we have the rights to broadcasting and sponsorship and all that as part of our deal with Canada Soccer. It's a Canada Soccer property. They make the rules. So we've actually formally asked for a meeting and how we could get Ottawa into the championships, and it's underway right now. It's in process. So I'll leave it at that, but certainly Peter Montopoli and Joe Guest have been very receptive to including them as part of the championship.
Todd McDonald, for all three of you,
separately, but just your personal visions for this club and to grow the sport here in Ottawa and in Canada. Where do you see this club, and what vision do you see 1 year down the line, 5 years down the line? How is this going to help grow our national team to providing better players here in Canada to help improve that part of the international league?
Well, I'll go first because, I'm going to speak to more the league, right? My personal vision, and actually not my personal vision, our owners, all of the owners in the CPL, all of the league office, our collective vision is to see this sport rise to what it could be in this country, what we see globally. We can be a great soccer nation because as Canadians, when we get behind a sport, we go all in as Canadians, right? We see it all the time. We've seen it happen with the women's national team, and that's been done without a professional league for women. So we know that we can drive it there. It's about taking the sport to a new level and really claiming our rightful place as one of the better footballing nations in the world. That's what we want collectively. But I'll let Jeff and Miguel talk for Ottawa.
At the end, it's not just my job, it's not just your job or his job, it's the job of everyone. If we want to reach that Canadian football growth, at the end, we should trust in the idea and put resources, of course, money, to bring players and to increase the salary cap every year at the end to create a very competitive championship. If not, it's impossible.
I don't know that I have that creative an answer, but I know when I bought the Ottawa 67s in the news conference, and I probably saw a lot of eye rolling from some guys in this room even, but I said, all we want to do is sell out every game and win the Memorial Cup. So I don't think you should have any less of a goal anytime you start a sports business. And so what we want to do is sell out every game and win the Canadian Championship. And that's the goal. And until we die trying, I'm going to say that's our goal.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. So we'll do over here, and does anyone else want after that? Okay, so over here, and then Armin.
Yeah, the question is for Miguel. How long is Atletico's commitment to the team, and what kind of attendance are you expecting? What kind of attendance do you need to see?
I talked before, the first sentence in my speech was we came to stay. We have not the same idea than in Mexico, United States, or here in Canada to move the franchises. In our mentality, if we born here, we will die here for sure. But don't move the franchise. I feel this way. And about the about how many supporters to keep the stability of the franchise, I don't know. All of us will be very welcome, but our idea is if we reach an average about 4, 5, 6, 7,000 this target, we will keep the stability of the franchise.
Final question.
The mission of the CPL includes a big part of that mission is expansion to new cities. As we see the very first expansion into a city like Ottawa, what can the rest of Canada, the other passionate soccer communities in Canada hope for now that they see that dream is no longer a dream, it's a reality?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, certainly one of the biggest questions that we've had, or that I've had personally from media, was when are we going to see an expansion team? I think we've answered that question answered, right? But I think what's happening now is we're going to hear a lot about expansion elsewhere, and so for me it gives hope for everybody, right? I still run into people from Saskatchewan, and they're all up in my face every time I run into them. We've seen the supporters out there, so there's lots of room. There's lots of room for expansion, and so I think it'll develop even quicker now, which is good. It's great for football right across the country.
Thank you, David. For all the photographers, we put the logo up on the screen, and we'll facilitate some photographs. I have a few requests. We're going to do that. And then if you are interested in one-on-ones, please come see me.
job, man.